Welcome to Married AF. We are your hosts, Brooke and Randal Fowler. On this show, we discuss the topics that really matter.
Like big veiny cocks and our favorite TV shows.
So pull up a chair at our kitchen table and hang out.
While I bulldog my nuts.
Hello, sons. Uncle Randy here. Brooke is going to get her some water, and she will be joining us here shortly. But I wanted to go ahead and get this out of the way. Let's talk about these sponsors, sons. What about Muscle Vodka? You like to get ripped, son? Get ripped responsibly. MuscleVodka.net. Go there. Use the promo code MarriedAF. Save 10%. Hell, maybe you're just too rich. You don't need to save 10%. Well, then, hey, do what you got to do. But Muscle Vodka is good shit, sons. Up next, you hear Uncle Randy talking about this all the time. It's a pet peeve of mine. You filthy, disgusting animals that are still wiping your asses with plain Jane striking paper. I can't win with you. Been trying to get you to go with the Bidet. That's bday.com. You can use the promo code MarriedAF. Save 10% there too, sons. Hell, we're saving you money everywhere. There's my wife. Brooke is joining us now.
Sorry, had to get water.
Do want to give a shout out to Miller High Life.
Oh,
Haven't had one of these since
Champagne of beers.
Yes, it has been a long, long time.
That was my beer of choice when I lived in Louisiana. Did I ever tell you that? I used to drink a fuck ton of that.
Yes. Oh, it tastes like piss water.
I would get the worst headaches the next day.
Delicious. I love it. All right, so we got the Bidet, we got the Muscle Vodka, AlignMed, folks. Hell, there's no shame in it, sons. When you're an athlete like Uncle Randy, you're going to have injuries. No shame in that. I still compete, though, sons. I was there for the football game that people will be talking about for ages here in Town Mill. And I was still there.
You're still walking, too, by the way.
I feel better today than post-game.
I'm impressed.
One day later. I thought my ACL was blown.
You were not, your leg was not doing well. When you'd get in the car, you'd have to pick your leg up and put it in the car.
Yes, I'd have to drag my bad leg. But it's all better today, sons.
Yay.
That's what happens with Uncle Randy. Give me a day.
I thought you were kidding when you were like, my leg feels so much better today. I thought you were being over sarcastic.
No, I was shocked that it. No, I was actually just shocked that it really was. But yeah, AlignMed, they make posture shirts, son. Doesn't make you a bitch either, because Uncle Randy wears them. Help keep those shoulders back, sons. Keep you in the game longer. That promo code is Uncle Randy 10. You know why it's Uncle Randy and not Married AF? Because Brooke doesn't have injuries. She's actually still in one piece.
No, and it's because there's a couple of our sponsors that I think Underzips, it's Uncle Randy something or other.
Forgot about them. Man, yeah. Haven't thought about them since Nam. Little patriotic underpants with zippers. Little zipper pockets.
Happy Filth Day.
That is Patrick Mother. Yep, I knew it would be. All right, so we need to just dive into the show. We need to first talk about what everyone's talking about, which is Uncle Randy turned 42 yesterday.
That is the talk of the town, babe.
It is. And we're going to do this first shot to Uncle Randy's Filth Day. I think that's what Muddy's talking about.
I figured you knew what Filth Day is? I'm lost.
I think it's just because him and I both discussed each other so much that he considers Uncle Randy's birth a day of filth.
Yeah.
All right, this shot here is called the Alabama butt plug.
What?
Yes.
The fuck? I hate this fucking thing.
That color, though. Can y'all see that?
That's Pink Whitney, obviously.
No, it's not. You have the wrong color in your eye. That's Pink Whitney in that.
Okay. Looks orangey.
That looks like Uncle Randy's pee after running a marathon and drinking no water.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, here we go. This is the two of my Bama friends. This is this shot Uncle Randy has named the Alabama butt plug.
What?
So
Sorry.
let's see where this disaster goes. Holy shizballs.
I don't.
Cheers.
Is that Fanta?
All right, son. So that didn't go exactly as planned. That's not as awful, because what that is, the Alabama butt plug, is a mix of every booze we have down in our pantry.
Ew, really?
And a little bit of cherry syrup and a dollop of Mountain Dew. And it's not terrible. I thought it would make us gag, but that was unfortunate.
It's not great.
That was a failure.
We've been doing too many shots over the past week. I'm just going to say it.
I'm going to say it in triplicate.
Okay, so you agree?
I agree.
We're not children anymore, babe.
No, we had tied one on the last week.
The last week. I mean, it's not like we had one night.
Dude, Thanksgiving week is a booze fest.
It really started like Gunner's birthday.
It has been
our
straight
7-year-old's
booze
birthday
fest.
When Casey was over here trying to get her dad drunk.
Damn Casey.
And we did a few shots then, but then it like carried over into Thanksgiving week and Thanksgiving and then Friday. And it was just, it's been a lot.
Too much booze. And then we went over to my powerful buddy Alan's house.
I'm saying, like every night we've had something to do.
Yeah, but I counted my beers drank over there at Alan's, and I had like 9 beers and like 6 shots.
I had... I was right behind you.
Yeah, because I mean, I packed our cooler and then we bought an extra 12-pack, had all the booze, got Alan's neighbor Trizashed. Can't even remember his name.
Todd.
Super nice dude, Todd.
Grass Allen, yes,
Yeah,
Shay.
Grass Allen. We're talking about the fire monster. Speaking of, by the way, there's not a man on planet Earth with more firewood than Allen. Prove me wrong.
He doesn't, there's not a man.
It's everywhere stowed on his property.
He would like move like a tarp or like something that you didn't even know was a tarp and be like, wood under there too. But he has everything.
Perfectly stacked
the smoker.
wood, by the way. Perfectly stacked. He is clean to a T.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing out of sorts with that guy.
No.
Champion.
I like it.
Fire was raging. The whiskey was pouring.
I smelled like a straight up campfire when we came back. I'm so glad I didn't try to I would have had to shower anyways when we got home, but I thought about before we went over there, like maybe I should just take a shower now and then not have to fuck with it. Nope. I'm glad I didn't even do that because that would have been a waste. It smelled like I jumped in the campfire.
Like we said, Uncle Randy's 42 now, sons. All right. I can't go like I used to. Brooke is almost 42. She will be in a few months. Can't do it like I used to, sons. I'm telling you, this week was a bender, and I'm surprised we're alive. There's a couple nights there it was dicey, but I do want to give a shout out to the leftover party that we were over at Alan's and his wonderful wife hosted. Listen, sons, this is a dying art. It died with grandmas. So many of them died with their cornbread dressing recipes. And people just can't do it right anymore. Hell, these people around here, they're using the stuffing, sons. That makes me want to vomit. The up-the-ass stuffing that comes out brown and beige.
It's called stuffing for a reason.
Yes, but why is it gray-brown always? It's a goopy,
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
When people make the stuffing, that's up the cavity of the turkey. The color
I don't know. I don't remember.
Weird.
It wasn't gray.
It's weird, sons. It's weird.
So
her cornbread dressing
yes.
is the last of a dying breed. Delicious. She gave us so much. And I ate it for breakfast.
So I will say I felt bad last night that when it actually was your birthday yesterday and we went over to Jacob and Bonnie's for a minute. And I think you just knew that I wasn't having it with the shots because right when we got there, you were showing Jacob the salty watermelon booze that Grass Allen got you for your birthday.
Yep.
And you and Jacob and his 2 friends that were sitting in his kitchen did a shot and like you didn't even pour me one, which I appreciated because I didn't want it.
Fun fact for the folks in the chat before they go. There are 2 legends in the chat right now. We got Jay Bird and Prin Thomas.
Yeah,
all right. This is a legend in Huntsville, Alabama. That's my butler teammate, Prin Thomas, who's a beast child, man. And Jay, who was a beast child at Grissom High School, went with the bearded dad. Doesn't have quite the number of children that bearded dad has. Or the sweet potato cock. But he is a legend. Those two, there's one hit between those two guys that I remember from high school over every hit. Legendary. I just want to give a shout so y'all know who's in the chat with you. You're amongst legends, sons. I wonder if they've spoken since the incident, because it was crazy. Two beasts, head to head. High school football, Alabama, sons. Get it. I've shown you the pictures of Pren.
Baby, we're in our 40s. Nobody fucking cares about y'all's high school football.
Hey, we do, son.
God
we do.
Bless it.
Hey, every guy. What am I? I'm Al Bundy.
I was about to say, you're going to throw that football over that mountain?
I scored 4 touchdowns.
Like Uncle Rico?
Yes. And what did I do? You tell me how impressed you were with my athleticism at the neighborhood football
You did
game.
great. Shay said, bro, I know you're sore AF from that mud.
Oh, okay. No, I'm a little bit sore. I'm not as bad as you. Shay is sore. Listen, Shay's a young man. He's sore because he goes 100% every second. I'm a veteran. I take plays off now. I know. So I didn't do it. Now, there is a video of Shay beefing it pretty good.
I didn't even see that until you called it out, Shay, that you were busting your ass in that one video. And I have to say, I went back and watched it several times and had a good laugh at your expense. I'm sorry, it was funny. Because you beefed it. Like,
I think from watching the video, I've watched it 100 times of Shay beefing it. I think you hear him go, oh!
You do.
Like,
there is a
his
sound.
face.
Oh, God. But he hops right back up.
Oh, he does. Like
right
nothing,
back up.
Which is how you know it hurt. That's when you know it hurts. When you pop right up, it was brutal. Brutal. But yeah, so we had an old man football game this weekend in our neighborhood. It was great. It was a great time. So very surprised there were no major catastrophic injuries. We did have one of our buddies went into the trees. That's Jacob.
Jacob went in the trees.
And he went and caught the touchdown pass. Got to give it to him.
He caught it like right before and then just push.
And it was like thorn trees.
Ew. Yeah, those are.
It was terrible. Thought he was dead. Didn't die.
Yeah, but the MVP was Chase, the 12-year-old.
Yes. One of our neighbor buddies who let his son, that's 12, he said he can hold his own. And Noel's athletic, so I figured he could. And I've seen his son with baseball. He's a stud. Mm-hmm. He killed us. Yeah. 12 years old, is right in that wheelhouse where they start becoming champions.
And Nolan was out there too, wasn't
it? Noel was out there.
Nolan, Cole's son.
Yes, he was also out there, played on the other team. He's a very good athlete as well. Neither one of them.
They were like juking all.
Yeah, they weren't sore. Those are young men muscles. They're fine. But yeah, Chase had a knack for finding holes. That kid's going to be a slot receiver, son. Because I threw him like 3 touchdown passes because he would just find holes. Mm-hmm. Plus, big guys, they're too tired to keep up with those kids. But it was good. It was a good time, and we enjoyed it. Had a few guys not show up from the neighborhood.
There was a lot of people out there, though.
Yeah, got to acknowledge the folks, though, that said they were going to play and didn't.
Who's that? Call him up.
That'd be Mike Gaudio. He said he was going to be there at Allen's. Never showed. Never saw Mike. James Youngblood as well. Shay, tell us what happened.
Oh, what happened?
Why was James not there? He said he was going to be there, sons.
He doesn't ever play the sports things. He just comes and watches.
No. And as sore as everybody else is.
Dustin Davey. Oh, he was supposed to come too?
Yes, that's true. I don't know what happens to these guys. I said it on a post. I think they're illusionists.
Dustin didn't come to Allen's either.
No, he had better things to do. He hates us, which is fine.
It's all right.
Dustin never does anything athletic. Yes. You know what's also great, though? I'm going back to my Al Bundy days. As we get older, Jay also has a son that's playing football, like Griffin's age, I think, close. And to see those legacies continue in greatness gets me emotional. But no, it's great to see. Yeah. It shows how old we are, that now they're playing high school ball and I'm still talking about it. Mm-hmm. How good is that? It's good shit. You do not care about athletics. It doesn't move you.
I do.
You look like it. You love it.
I mean, why would you say I don't care about any of that.
You should be embracing my trip down memory lane that I take you down all the time.
It's just all, yes, thank you. I just, it's like, I don't even need to be here. I'll let you reminisce to the
It's good times. It's good
internets.
All right, so I do want to give this Corona update. I haven't watched the news, like for real, in how long? It's been a couple months, really.
Okay, no. It's been like Thanksgiving break. You haven't watched it, but might feel like a couple months to you.
No, I'm talking about Die Hard, like I used to every day, all day long about the Corona shit. I haven't watched it in a while. I don't know what's going on. So that was my question. I was actually going to ask you if you know what's going on with Corona, because I have no update to provide. I don't know what the state is currently.
No, nor do I care.
In Corona.
Don't care.
However,
as long as Cherokee County schools are staying open, that's all I fucking care about. Just keep my kids' schools open.
It's a fair point. We need it to be open. We need it. But here's what's funny about it. So our neighbor here is selling their home quickly and swiftly. They have put it up for sale, and there have been people coming to look at it. I haven't even told you this.
Andy was saying he thinks that first guy put an offer on it.
I do too. I mean, I felt that when I met him. But what I didn't tell you, because I wanted to save it, was that guy, of course, came up to me and talked to me. I was out throwing the ball with Griffin. And when he came up to me, he was like, "Hey, do you live here?" And I was like, "Yeah." So I went out to put my fist up to fist bump.
Did he elbow?
Because now in Corona, you don't know what people are going to... Are they going to do the fucking dumb elbow? Are they going to shake hands or not or be weird? So the fist bump to me is a good happy medium.
Mm-hmm.
So I put out the fist. He puts out the elbow.
Yeah.
And I give him like a little frog on the elbow with the fist.
You gave him like a Charlie horse thing?
So I was like, book. Just kind of gave him the old frog on the elbow. And then he chatted me up for 30 minutes. But it's so weird, folks. I mean, come on. The elbow thing. Uncle Randy's not elbowing nobody. We're not doing a elbow bump.
I'll just wave at you rather than elbow you.
Yeah, I'm not going to go through that weird trouble. I can't do it.
Yeah. That's so funny.
No, so it was ridiculous. But very nice guy, and I do think they like the house a lot. And right now is the time to be selling, obviously. That house is going to go like fucking crazy. And I want them all to go. These houses are getting more expensive. That's money in our pocket.
Hey, I know. I am super pleased at what our neighbor
I want them to go
is
for
selling their
millions.
house for. So it's nice. Because then when shit hits the fan, we're sitting on some equity and we can go move into Susan's basement.
Yes, Kate, I did warn the new possible neighbor about you, about all of your terrible habits.
No, we need to warn them about us
for
because
drugs and alcohol.
I think we're the reason that our neighbors are moving.
I do. I think the children,
the happy children playing outside all the time have gotten on their last
nerve.
nerve.
I get it. If I didn't have kids, this hot zone, especially like it is a party in front of our house
all
to the cul-de-sac with kids, and they're in that prime.
Their kids are grown.
Exactly. Yeah. So right now, these kids are all, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-ish.
If I was them, I would move out of this neighborhood too, though, because I've never once seen them go to the pool. And
oh no, absolutely.
And it's a lot of HOA dues to pay for a neighborhood with that pool and not take advantage of it. So I would probably, maybe they'll move somewhere that's like one of those 55 plus.
No, I would. And I just want everybody to know, I understand. Their kids are grown. They probably don't want to deal with this shit no more.
I know. I don't blame them. They're just so nice. I worry that, we've gotten so lucky with with Cade and then with Jimmy and Mauricio, we've gotten super lucky.
Yeah. Well.
So hopefully we'll get lucky again with whatever new neighbor.
They'll make a choice. They might, if they're cool, they'll last. If they're not, they'll move. Because I'm not moving again. You know that. Mm-hmm. We have laid that law down. Yeah. I'll die in this motherfucker. Now, unless they keep going up in value and we just need to pocket some cash. I'll sell it like a motherfucker. All right. So another thing I wanted to ask you this, because we haven't even talked about this yet, and we're almost done with 2020. I can't believe this year is almost over. I can still taste when the pandemic started and Brian Kemp sold us out and locked us down.
It feels like it's gone. It feels like it's taken 10 years for this 1 year to go by, but also feels like it's gone by kind of fast too. It's weird. Like it's too much has happened. I keep thinking about, you know how Almy does the, every New Year's, he does the fuck 2018, fuck 20. It's like, it's just, it's such a moot. I mean, like at this point, I'm like, what's Almy going to do? Is he going to do is he going to flip the script and do why was 2020 awesome?
Probably. You probably just gave him a great idea.
Because if he does fuck 2020, it's like, everybody has been doing that all year. Mm-hmm. So he needs to, I think.
Well, no. So my question to you is, I think they've all flown on the radar.
What?
How many celebrity people have died in 2020, and I can't even think of them, other than Black Panther?
Sean Connery just died, didn't he?
Oh, you're right. Sean, powerful. And Alex Trebek. Damn Alex Trebek. I thought he was going to live with pancreatic cancer forever. He looked good still.
He had gone back to work. He was working on Jeopardy.
Beast. Alex Trebek, that sucks. It is good, though, or in a way.
And Regis.
But Trebek and Connery going so close together in the powerful SNL skits of them, that does go
I'll
together.
take the rapist for 400.
No, that goes together. All right, so Regis Philbin, I didn't even know that.
You didn't know Regis died?
No, I didn't.
I watched a whole thing that came on TV. It was
He was 158
He was
years
81 or something.
He's been on TV since he was 8.
He's been on TV for over 50 years.
Savage.
It's 60 years, I think, that he's been on TV. But they did, there was a whole special. And of course, Kelly Ripa was a big part of it.
Kenny Rogers.
Yeah. That was this year? God, that was this year.
Powerful Mike making up for dissing us at the game.
Kobe fucking Bryant.
Oh, yeah.
That was before.
He really died.
That was before the Rona.
Well, he really died. He was a young man, and he died with his dog. That's for real, yes.
No, and that was the tragedy.
And a helicopter crash.
No, and that was it was in January, so it was fuck this year. It's starting off the worst, Kobe's, and then a month later we were okay, the world's over.
Hey,
so
let me tell the chat here. Don't give Uncle Randy no shit here about Kenny Rogers, son, because I'm going to tell you what. Six Pack is still in my top 10 movies.
I love Kenny
Y'all
Rogers.
don't know nothing about Six Pack. Guess who else was in it? We just watched a movie with her the other day. Yes, I do.
Okay. Diane Lane.
Yes.
I thought you were telling me not to say it.
A young Diane Lane, son.
And she was gorgeous. And she's gorgeous now at 55.
Dude. We watched the movie the other night, Don't Let Him Go, or Let Him Go. With Kevin Costner and Diane
Let
Lane.
Him Go.
It's basically the Yellowstone movie.
Pretty much. He is the character from Yellowstone,
altered.
pretty much. But
back in the 50s or 60s.
Yeah, it's in the 60s, and he acts pretty much the same, except he's not a very wealthy rancher.
No.
He's a rancher, though, in the same general geographical area.
Pretty sure everything
Montana.
he does from now on will be...
Well, it's in Wyoming, Yellowstone, but same area, basically.
Doesn't Yellowstone go into Montana?
The park?
Chris talks about going to Yellowstone.
It's in Wyoming. I don't know if it crosses over into Montana.
Sure it does.
Maybe, but the main part of it that people visit is in Wyoming.
Yeah, so, all right, so out of all those...
It's a lot.
Got to take Kobe out, because that sucks in every way.
Okay,
they can't even make jokes about that.
Alan says Joe Diffie.
Oh, Joe Diffie.
Who's Joe Diffie?
Country singer.
Okay.
A poor man's Kenny Rogers.
Okay.
Very poor man's. Kenny Rogers' son had his face peeled back tighter than anyone in history.
Him and Dolly, I think, were just trying to stay neck and neck with the... Yeah. Charlie Daniels died?
Really? Dude, see? That's what I'm talking about. We are usually up on the entertainment pop deaths.
Yeah.
How did Charlie Daniels die and we don't know?
I don't know. Damn.
That sucks. But I still got to go with Kenny Rogers as my saddest so far on the list.
Kobe?
Besides Kobe, I said take him out.
I'm that's the old. That is the saddest.
That's totally.
Okay, so besides Kobe, I mean, I don't know. Regis was pretty sad just because I watched that fucking special on TV and it was super sad with Kelly Ripa. But yeah.
Regis did do Who Wants to Be a Millionaire too. Dude did a little bit of everything in TV.
He was still, he did some kind of interview like just a couple months before he died too with Jimmy Kimmel. But yeah, he was old as fuck.
Oh, and I think I believe now I do remember Joe Diffie dying. It's just all coming together. I think he was one of those they chalked up to the Rona.
Shut up.
Said the Ragna killed him.
Really?
Yeah. Highly debatable, though, folks, whether that's real or fake news.
I don't know. Well, you know who I'm probably more upset about than any of these fuckers is Emilio.
Emilio does count. That's a fair count.
He's a celebrity. Look at him. Look at him. He's on a poster.
Everyone that knows him or knew him knew how much he didn't really like people.
Emilio Estevez, Dunlap Fowler.
That is true. He hung on for years longer than he should have, folks, just to be present.
Just to be spiteful.
Yep, just to keep it around. So
we did say Alex Trebek, Alan.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. Robert Owen is now...
I forgot. That's true. That just happened.
Okay. Kelly Preston, that was this year?
If that was this year, I'm going to stick my finger in my bum
That was
hole.
this year.
See, that's why this is a problem, because this is all rolling together.
Darth Vader died yesterday? Okay, Darth Vader, the voice of Darth Vader.
He's not James Earl Jones, the actor that played him. I saw that.
Okay.
The guy that was in the suit.
Okay. He said Van Halen, Little Richard. Was that this year?
Wow. I didn't know Little Richard. Now,
I know Little Richard died, but I thought that was last year, like way longer ago.
Eddie Van Halen, that sucks, dude. But let me tell you something.
I remember that now. Wilford Brimley.
That's why you
from
don't
the Beatus.
Diabetes.
Sorry.
Hell, I've had diabetes for 37 years.
Jerry Stiller. Oh, he's got the Goog up. He's got the Goog machine up.
Oh yeah, probably. Grant from Mythbusters.
Oh, I did hear about that.
I did not know that. These are all surprising to me, folks.
But Kelly Preston, that was this year.
I think, was hers breast cancer?
And it was like they kept it secret. Like they didn't let anybody know she was sick.
Let me tell y'all something, sons.
So
in the movie Twins and Space Camp, she was everything.
She was beautiful. She looked the same pretty much as she got older too. She was one of those that just kind of like, she didn't age.
I wonder what kind of secret she has on old Travolta, though. She let him wear that horrible hairpiece for years, though.
Well, and talk about getting some work done, too. He got, I don't know, that's a Scientology weird.
Yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, Kobe takes the cake as far as the sadness factor, the helicopter crash. That just sucks.
And his daughter. I mean, come on.
Yep. One of the guys that...
Bonnie posted an article for us. Thank you, ma'am.
But so, all right, so that covers the...
It was a lot.
Celebrities of 2020. It's been a pretty death-filled year that I just didn't think about.
Yeah.
And I also think a lot of normal activities will have died.
Yeah.
Because of Corona. I don't know how much society will go back to normal people. I think people now are going to wear these fucking masks forever.
They're going to wear them forever.
We're just going to be Asia.
But I was just about to say, just after SARS, people in, I think it was mostly Japan, isn't it? That they had been wearing masks since then.
Yeah.
And when that was forever ago. And so now people are just going to wear them.
Hell, Uncle Randy was in Publix today, sons. And I look up, I'm in the middle of all the chaos. And I'm the only person I can see without a mask on. The only person.
Yeah.
Hell, I don't know, sons. I don't get it. No problems here. And here's a couple of tips, though, for those of you trying to avoid the Rona. Use your mouthwash.
Yeah.
There's been a study out. The mouthwash kills the Rona. And
that's been a good best practice, period. Like, I remember somebody telling me that 15 years ago that, like, keeping mouthwash in your shower, just, like, rinse your mouth out every time you're in the shower and after you brush teeth. It's just, like, it kills so much bacteria in your mouth that, like, it helps with the common cold and flu and all that shit. So,
you see Colin's powerful comment?
What? Yeah, nobody's died from diabetes or cancer this year.
Or the flu. Or
no, but
pneumonia.
for sure not the flu.
Yeah, but so not only the mouthwash, sons, wash your nose out with saline.
I haven't done that.
I'm the only animal that loves that. I got hooked on doing that when I had my nose fixed.
You're a psychopath.
And now every 3 days, I do the nasal rinse.
I know it helps, and it.
You and Griffin, though, I've never laughed harder in my life. The way that you two, it was like a torture device.
Because it's like you're
and it
drowning.
backfired on you. It made you like have a sinus infection for like 2 days.
So I was like, fuck this thing. But it's like you're waterboarding yourself.
You got to learn to mentally.
No, it's stupid.
You have to be able to you do really have to learn to shut your nose off so it just runs through it.
Just gravity. Yeah.
And you completely forget it exists.
No, but it's like, I'm drowning.
Yeah, but if you do that, which is what you and Griffin both did, like as soon as it hits, like you think you're drowning. So then you're sucking in through your nose.
Because you're pouring water into your nose. It's not right. Not right. I don't like it.
Yeah.
But I know it helps you, and I know theoretically
they do
rinsing out all the like
the Rona
pollen
flakes
and shit and the Rona droplets.
Yep.
However it's contracted.
Yeah. I mean, or you guys can just wear your mask for the rest of your lives. Jacob's with me. He doesn't like it. I can't get down with it. I did have to wear one recently to Gunner's dental appointment. Mm-hmm. So I wore my full face Batman mask.
Yes.
Immediately was asked for pictures and put on social media. It's fine.
Yeah, they were like, can we please post a picture to our Facebook page?
I said, absolutely, sons. It's fine. So, yeah, Uncle Randy and the full Batman mask is out there for you. All right, so we got a few more questions. These are actually starting to come back in now. Now that we're back in the swing of this thing, because we've been rocking and rolling now for like years.
This will be the 5th week in a row.
Yeah, and I did start recording. I was about to say I never did, but I did.
Well, I did on the computer.
All right, we're golden. All right,
but I don't know. Somebody had fucked with all these volume buttons and shit, so I don't know.
Probably one of the kids.
Yeah.
All right, so let me start by saying I suffer from anxiety and depression. So I tend to make big deals out of nothing. My wife acts very strange with her phone. See, fucking phones.
Mm-hmm.
Go. Excuse me.
You right into the mic.
Ooh, it tasted like the Alabama butt plug.
Gross.
Yuck. All right, so my wife acts very strange with her phone. Recently, I asked her, may I see your phone? Which is a very proper way to say it, sir. She freaked out when I asked her, and she told me no.
She's cheating on you.
I told her I felt like she was hiding something, and to help ease my anxiety, would she please let me look through her phone, and if I didn't find anything, it would never be brought up again.
Oh, bless him.
She declined.
Regretfully, I decline.
Should I have been worried, or am I just creating an issue?
I mean, to me, yeah, I would be worried.
Well, her reaction is the worrisome
especially part. Where it might not be an issue, I'll play devil's advocate, is that if she's always kind of been like private and secretive, which I don't agree with, but not everybody is us.
No, but if
it was a change, if she like just all of a sudden is like password protected and like taking her phone with her everywhere, and then when he straight up asked because he's got some anxiety, and there's something going on.
Yeah, no, but if he's asking every time his anxiety flares up, then that's a problem too. Like,
then that's obnoxious. Yeah. Like, fucking get your meds, dude. Like. Yeah.
Control yourself. But this one does sound, but I'm always going to err on the side. We don't even have to beat this dead horse. People keep sending these in about the phones. Listen, the phone's going to end your marriage. Boom. Said it. It's going to do it to all
social
you
media.
Fucks. Just don't do it. If you're still dumb enough to be fucking around on your phone and shit, then hey, you know what? You're a dumbass.
Yeah.
Digital footprint, sons. Don't fuck with it.
It's never really deleted.
No,
just so you know.
No, there is a full-blown trail.
Somewhere.
We heard about remember a couple shows ago, the wife went to the bill.
Yeah.
Had the 500 or texts in a day between the guy and the girl.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's not, even if you think you deleted something, just if for some reason the cops get a hold of your shit, they have, it's like, I forget what it's called. It's like a forensic forensic technology expert or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they can...
Oh, it's never gone.
No, they can
you're
find all the
right.
shit that you think you deleted, and it's all still there somewhere. Unless you are also a forensic technology expert, and then probably you can figure out how to delete it all. But,
it's not worth it. And, if you're that much anxiety about your wife's phone, then, I always say go with your gut. And so happy divorce to you, sir. We're going to cheers to your upcoming divorce.
Cheers, and we need to cheers again to your birthday, babe.
And to the birthday here. Cheers. I didn't do the table slap. All right, so this is a great question here. And it is to me. Uncle Randy, how do I know? Wow, that was hot. How do I know my fiance is the one? I'm starting to get cold feet.
Uh-oh.
Son, listen to me. That's a real thing, and that's normal. Like I would imagine that everyone gets cold feet to a degree. But you got to ask yourself, how can you narrow this down if that's what you want to know? You got to use the Uncle Randy Dick method. Remember, I've talked about this before, the Dick method. It's dreams. Do your dreams align?
I forgot about this. You came up with this like a year ago.
Do your dreams align with each other's dreams? Do they support each other, son? Are they compatible? Dreams. In-laws. Do you like her fucking folks? Can you hang out with them? Because you're going to have to for a long time.
Like the rest of your life.
Yeah, so if they're not people that you can fuck with, well, that's a problem. All right, that's the D and the I. The C is cash. Are you guys on the same page with money? Is one of you very wealthy and one very poor?
Or is one of you very frugal and one of you very, making it rain?
Yes, likes to make it rain.
So,
yeah, because that's going to be... I mean, everybody knows most fights are over money.
That's like, I don't know, 90% of divorces are because of money.
Yeah, so that is best to at least check off as much off of the box as possible and see if you're on the same page when it comes to money. Mm-hmm. And the K is kids. Yeah. Do you both want to have kids? Do you both not want kids? Do one of you want kids and the other not? Do you have a kid on the way with another person that you haven't told them about yet?
Or do you already have a kid or, just kids in general?
That's pending paternity suits.
That's a big reason that people also, because some women think he doesn't want kids, but we'll just get married
and I'll change,
and I can change him. And I'm here to tell you, no,
that's never a good thing for one. And women are a lot like that. Men aren't really that way, which is very weird. I've always wondered about that. Is women are way more willing to take on a project partner than men are. We're like, fuck no, that's too much work.
Exactly.
Where women will be like, I can get it done.
No, and it's not ever a good idea. You need to want to be with the person that you're looking at today. That person for the rest of your life. Not that person if...
The potential.
If he did this or if he did... Just if this one thing changed. No, you need to want to be with that person right in front of you. Every bit of them. Exactly how they are for the rest of your life.
That's a totally great point. We've talked about this for years. That's probably the biggest thing I've learned from doing this show and having Rachel on and all that. If you marry him and he's a fat slob that likes to toke on the reefer, son, he likes to blaze his doobage and play the damn Mortal Kombat. I'm talking about all day, son. He wants to smoke his doobies, play the PlayStation, and that's it. Don't be mad at him in 5 years when that's still what he wants.
Or divorce him. Or just know you're going to get divorced.
You married that, son.
Yeah.
You married it.
And don't ever think kids are going to change it either. Don't do the kids to improve the relationship.
No, that never helps.
But your dick method is spot on. I agree with all of it.
Dreams, in-laws, cash, kids.
Dreams, in-laws, cash, kids.
The Dick Method by Uncle Randy.
Perfect.
All right. This is a very random question, and I am very concerned that it's a troll, but I like it.
Mm-hmm. We like trolls.
So I'm going to give this to you.
Okay.
What's the most manly way to eat a banana?
Cut it up. I don't know.
Into little diced pieces as a man.
And put it on a peanut butter sandwich?
Oh, you're so close to what I was going to answer. This is why we're married. I was going to say put it on a freaking piece of bread with some Duke's mayo.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's
mayo and banana. Nothing's more manly.
Well, the bottom line is like, you don't eat a banana to look manly. So, because you're deep throating a fruit when you eat it.
No, yeah, bananas are not.
So quit being homophobe and just fucking eat it.
Yeah, or bite it sideways.
No, but don't eat it like a corn on the cob.
I guess not. I mean, I don't.
You would look like even more of a weirdo if you were eating it like that. I guess
unless you put it on the sandwich like Uncle Randy does. Now, I have been on.
Put it on
enjoy
some
a banana.
tits and go at it. There you go, Robert.
That is manly. Put it on some. That's the answer. That is the right answer for banana eating.
Or just don't fucking worry about it. It's a banana. Just eat it.
But to answer their question, it's actually a better question than I thought. I don't think there is to eat it in full shaft.
Who cares? It's a banana.
But there's no way to like toughen it up. Like you can't grunt or be like, ugh.
Because then you're making it weird. Just eat it.
Just do it. Don't make it weird.
Yeah.
All right.
Quit being a toxic man.
All right. This is a very good question. It made me think. I was in the shower and I was contemplating over these questions that I had seen. So I was trying to pre-think my answers, which is not fair, but I get to do that and you don't because you have absolutely no idea what any of our questions ever are.
I like it that way.
Why are women so much meaner to ugly guys than men are to ugly women during the dating years?
What?
This is so true, too. This is a great question. So go back to when you're dating, like 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, whatever. And you're a woman at a bar and some ugly shit comes up to you hitting on you.
Yeah. I'm not mean to him.
Most women are going to be like, oh, not interested. Dudes, if an ugly chick comes up, she could be trash bag ugly. And this is unfortunate ugly. Guys are going to be like, hey, thanks, appreciate it. Nah, not right now. But you know why? Because we're going to keep that ugly on the back burner in case shit doesn't go well tonight.
That's why.
I'm just answering the question. We're not going to shit where we eat. That might have to be what goes down.
That's exactly why. And girls don't have to do that because we don't have to do that.
I know, but it's so funny.
But I wouldn't necessarily say that every woman is mean to the ugly guys. Now, if he's a fucking creep and he's horribly unattractive, it kind of might make that. But you got to also think about women have a lot, depending on the personality, there's a lot more room for error in the looks department. Like, because if someone has a really great personality and maybe money and is super nice, he doesn't have to be the absolute best looking. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, there's none of that with guys. Listen, with guys, it simply is this.
Right.
We will.
Am I not right, though? You normally see many more guys outkick their coverage than the other way, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely. That's very true. But my point is during the dating years, guys will not definitively close the door on a possible take-home experience. We will leave that troll
of course you will.
With a little bit of hope. Like, hey, you stay on the back burner there. Appreciate your thoughts. Maybe it'll happen.
No, but that's why. Because you're like, oh, if I don't score with anybody else, I don't want to burn my bridges with everybody because I might need her later. Because it's a selfish reason. Yeah, it's not because you care about her feelings.
No, and I was also thinking about that. I was wondering, I was going to ask the guys that were in this chat after I thought of this question. How many guys have been the grenade, right? Because I know when I was coming up,
you had to sleep with the fat friend?
Or just even entertain them and fool around with, like, we would have, like, we'd call girls over.
Jesus.
When we were young. They come over. You got a buddy, you're like, hey, man, you might have to take on the fatty. Hey, do it for the team. We've all been there. But do girls do the same thing? Is my question. Like, hey, you might have to be with that disgusting bastard. Or
You
at
think-
least kiss him or something ridiculous.
Of course, girls have done the same thing.
Oh, the grenades. But how many guys will acknowledge that they were the grenade?
I think on both sides, when you are, but I think also on both sides, you're happy to be there when you have good looking friends.
Yeah, dudes are more than happy to be the grenade. They're like, bitch, I'm
And
the
so are
grenade.
girls.
Cool.
I think because if you're a girl that you're not as attractive as all your friends, you're happy to be there because you're getting a lot of guys coming up and talking to you because what?
Colin, every once in a while, you have to hang out with the barracks bunny. He has the most fucked up, like, euphemisms and shit. Like his...
the military slang?
yeah, what was that lady called that married...
Dependopotamus?
Yeah, dependopotamus. That shit was real. And I bet
Barracks bunny.
barracks bunnies are too.
That just sounds like a lot lizard.
So many grenades. I don't think you could do that anymore. Like, it's not acceptable. I don't think, like, the whole experience of dating now, I couldn't wrap my head around it. Being a youngster, like a...
Okay, you couldn't do what y'all did back in college because y'all were disgusting.
Or even high school. Like, I'm just saying that the whole way
Yeah.
of date, kids are better people now.
Correct.
In the majority, I think, than we were.
They're morally better humans, I think, for
Much
the
more
most part.
morally
At
better
least all
humans.
the like younger
or that
kids.
we know of. Or
The
they're
ones we
just so
know.
smart that they have us all fooled. It could be either one of
Colin
us.
said barracks bunny equals holster sniffer equals lot lizard. Okay, so I was close. Yes.
Yeah, because I don't think that the kids nowadays are as innocent as we think they are.
They're not, but they're also, they know a lot more.
Well, they're smart. They've had to work around all this technology.
Well, they've been born into it.
Yeah, so they have a lot more shit. All we had to do, if we were ever sneak out, do anything, we just had to slip out and not wake our folks up.
Hey, I would take the phone off the hook in my room and put it under a pillow so it wouldn't go.
Yeah, and we just had to be back before our folks woke up.
Oh, yeah. And there was no texting. It was like you wrote a note in class or like put it in their locker. It was like, do you like me? Circle yes or no.
The dreaded note passing.
Yeah.
Still equally as dangerous. Still leaves
I
a
think
trail.
they still might pass notes in school, maybe sometimes. I don't know. I could just be hopeful.
Yeah.
I think they just text each other in class.
I definitely passed a note or two. I never learned how to fold the notes like girls did. They could fold them all cute.
I just did I could only fold into a football. You know, the little where you'd play football.
Yeah, I could never do that. I would crumple mine up like a piece of toilet paper
That sounds on brand.
and chunk it over.
And hit him in the forehead with it and be like, huh. Were you that big of a meathead, baby?
No, I just didn't know how to fold them up, and I could never do it. So
Oh my goodness.
it would be folded like a piece of shit. I mean, I didn't have the time or the effort to make it all nice and neat. And my notes were usually very to the point and borderline naughty. I can acknowledge that.
And didn't you like get in a fight with
I
your
got in very much
one girl's
trouble
dad?
With one girl's dad, yes, I did. Didn't have a fight with him. He wanted to stomp me.
He
yes.
said, "Come over here
He
so we
sure
can
did.
fight."
And I had to go over there and talk to him. And yes, it was bad. And I own my portion of that. I did speak of naughty things in an inappropriate manner.
Yeah, you know what I got in trouble for notes that my parents found?
What? None, because your parents didn't look.
Yeah, they did.
Your parents were drinking their scotch and
There
letting
was-
Susan raise you.
Susan moved out when I was 13.
Oh, okay. So you're back in the somewhat of a parented.
Yeah. So when I was from 13 on, it was just me and my folks. And they went through my shit in Texas and found ecstasy
Oh, well, you talked your way out of all that.
and notes about drugs.
That's hilarious. And then your mom bought you cigarettes.
This was already happening. She was already buying me cigarettes. This was in
Look, thank God.
the same time period.
She's such a smart woman that backfired. Or
It did kind of work.
No, it worked on you instead of backfiring because you don't smoke cigarettes.
She started buying me cigarettes at 15. I quit when I was 17.
Oh, God. What a brave woman.
She said she was reverse psychologizing me, and
She is a pioneer, son.
I just looked at my friends' moms that were 40 and looked like they were 60 and was like, ew, I don't want to age that quickly.
No, that kills me. Everybody knows Uncle Randy's thing is some women that smoke too much, they get the mouth that's
Robert Owen said
the
143.
wrinkled mouth.
That's the beeper code.
Oh yeah, 143 for life.
143.
Gotta have that.
My beeper, everybody had their own identifier. So if like you paid somebody from a payphone or something, which children, there was phones on the corners and on side of buildings.
Coronavirus? What would they do if there were payphones
they would just take them all down.
No, because you immediately, I know I used a lot of payphones and you got fucking, what's the shit that you get in your liver? Hepatitis. Every time you used it.
They were always so greasy. Why?
Very greasy.
Like the MARTA train.
There's semen on them.
There was like the payphones and every surface on the MARTA are the same. Just always like oily and like.
Can you remember your high school home
Mine was 444, by the way.
Your high school home phone number. First, let me tell you.
I moved too much.
I can remember mine. 8370188.
I moved too much. I have no idea.
See.
You moved a lot too, though. But
I did, but my house in Alabama in Sherwood Park was 8370188. I can remember. Don't know what the area code was because I think it was.
Oh, Robert, I'm going to tell you right now. Was it 1212? What was your?
I don't know. I wonder if it is 1212
or just 12. Mine was 444.
I don't know. It could be something ridiculous.
Don't fucking know why it was 444, but it was. And then it was like a group of us, and I was 444. Somebody else was 555, like Delano. Because I remember for some reason, mostly with Mike and Delano in New Orleans, I think we all were like a group, like a sequence of numbers. But you probably had 1212. I told you, boom. He said 12.
Yes. And
Robert, I know my man.
I will tell you all because this has changed, but for years, every password that I ever had was mantits12. How about them apples? Not anymore, though, and I'm not telling you the new one. You know, babe.
Of course I know because I have all your passwords, but
yes,
it's
mantits for years.
But that's it
was
doesn't surprise me
12
that
or mantits 12. Now I've changed all of them.
Even back then, which I mean,
it was very.
But what's funny is that a lot of times my number that I put on the end of things is 13.
Yeah, that's your lucky number. We both have that tattooed on us, don't we? Do you have a tattoo?
I don't have 13. I
do.
Yeah.
I'm a savage, though.
I would love 13 on me, so because my birthday's on the 13th.
Yeah.
Which is really why, but
Colin, I just drained your 401k. Thank you.
If he only had one.
You're welcome. Yes. Yeah,
I have one.
Oh yeah. And
Randall does not.
And it's a nice one. And she doesn't use the mantits12.
No, I don't.
Something way less creative. Mantits12 was a great password for a lot of years.
Oh my God.
All right.
Is that with a capital M, Robert? I don't know. It's not. I don't
probably, yeah, most of the time. Because once they started making you.
Yes.
You went from mantits
some of them, to
capital. Then it had to be mantits #12.
Okay, can you stop giving out? I don't think that's our password to anything now. But.
No, it's not. I've changed them all. And I'm not telling y'all, but it's naughty.
Okay.
All right. So how do you guys think you'll describe 2020 to your grandkids? Go first.
I don't think we'll have to.
Well, I'll be dead.
It'll be in the history books. Yeah. I'm just saying, it's one of those things that's like, oh, remember 2020? It'll be like, they'll ask us
the Great Depression?
Yes. It's like, we won't necessarily have to be like, gather around, children. Let's talk about 2020 because it'll be something they learn about in school because it'll be such a defining moment in history.
I've thought about this though. If I haven't,
and don't fucking say you're not going to be alive. No, Griffin is 15. You are going to be alive for sure when he has kids, and for sure when Gunnar has kids.
If I haven't succumbed to my massive widowmaker yet,
God damn it, Randall, shut up.
Then I've thought about it, and I'll probably be that old guy that's like my grandmother, who was my great grandmother. I called her grandmother. Every time you got the chance to ask her about her upbringing, all she would ever say is, it's bullshit. We did not land on the moon. She swore that was fake.
Nanny thought it was fake, too. Your nanny.
I'll be the one that's like, nobody died from corona. It's a bunch of horse shit.
God.
0. It was a real thing. but no one really died from it. Like, I'll be the conspiracy old crazy bastard. Which is fine. You got to have those.
Sure.
But I do believe that's how I'll describe it as a...
and I'm going to have to be like, shut up. People died from it. Shit was crazy. Just calm down.
But you know how things get extrapolated over time? Stories become much more exaggerated every year.
You're the king of that.
Yes. So by the time our grandkids are here, 2020
Jesus.
will be the year that like half the world died. Because, I mean, it's a shit show. Right
so
now.
you're saying for you, because everybody else will
yes, it's
exaggerate
exactly
this
what I'm
way,
saying.
you're going to exaggerate the other way and say it wasn't even
was
real.
nothing.
It wasn't even, it didn't even exist.
And I'm going to be like, and don't worry, grandkids, grandsons. Uncle Randy didn't wear the mask, sons. He was in Publix.
Cassidy said grandmother also baked her teeth in a cake, Randall.
She probably did.
Yeah, I believe that. And obviously the moon landing is real.
You couldn't, grandmother would have fight you over the moon landing being bullshit.
And I remember us having this conversation with Nanny, and Nanny thought it was fake too, right?
I don't know if Nanny did.
I can't remember.
But grandmother swore to me, we had a long conversation about it, about how fake it was. And don't get it twisted, sons. This woman lived to be over 100 and would snatch you up in a heartbeat till she was 95 and whoop that ass. This was one of the toughest women
she
that
had
ever walked
17 kids or 11 kids, 12 kids?
Or 30, a bunch. And she outlived most of them.
She outlived 10
a lot of them.
Like 9 or 10 of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it was insane.
But she was a champion. She dipped snuff like a champion would.
Like a Billy the Kid cowboy.
Man, yes. And boy, was she. She could be me. She loved me and all of her great-grandkids.
Because she loved Randy.
She loved some Randy. He could do no wrong in her eyes. And I really do think like the last 10 years of her life, she just thought I was Randy every time I would see her. Because she was blind, you know.
Didn't she call you
Robert
Randy?
met her.
Yeah. He said he liked it. I said.
Now, this is my nanny. Me and Robert will know this story. We went to South Carolina and we stayed out past her curfew.
Locked y'all the fuck out.
She locked us out of the fucking house, son. We were sleeping in the car.
Yeah, don't fuck around with Nanny's curfew.
That is no bullshit. I was knocking on windows. There wasn't nobody letting us in. There wasn't no, like, I feel bad for you. No.
And y'all were visiting. It's not like you were living there and you were children. You were visiting from college, right?
It didn't even matter. I don't even know if we were in college yet. I think we were in high school. We were on the road young. Like, we were hitting road trips as soon as we could drive.
That's hilarious.
Borderline dangerous.
Y'all shouldn't have been driving all the way to, because that's fucking far from Huntsville.
It was like a 4-hour drive. But yeah, so.
It's 3 hours from here, 2.5 hours from here.
Oh, yeah, it was like 3 or 4 hours from Huntsville.
Okay. I feel like it's got to be much farther than that.
All right, so here's, we might just end on this one. This is a great question, sons, and I want to hear from the chat to weigh in on this. Is predate fucking a smart move? We've actually talked about this with Rachel Miller.
What?
Predate fucking. Like if you have a date night with
fuck somebody else before you do?
with your wife or a girlfriend that you've been with, is it better to just go ahead and get to fucking, and so it's out of your mind while you're out on the date?
Yeah.
So you're not thinking about it the whole time, then go on your date, have your fun, or is it better to have it on your mind and think about it all night and end your date early and get home and do it? I'm just wondering y'all's thoughts. Y'all tell me. Predate fucking, good, no, what? What say you? What's your thoughts, babe?
I mean, I think there's benefits to either way. I like to do it.
Before you answer, I'm going to cut you off immediately like I always do and say this. Excuse me. You know.
John's breathing under the door.
The reason you say that is because it's a very high probability if you go for the pre-date, you're also going to get the post-date anyway.
Exactly. But
how about that, sons? How about that?
That's why I like to do pre-date, and then if whatever happens on the date, maybe y'all get too drunk, or maybe then you don't have to. There's not so much pressure on after the date.
We're on the same page.
You know,
I like it.
And then typically it happens again anyways.
Mike said pre and post works best for me.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. And what Colin said, whiskey dick could be a trick. So yes, go ahead and do it beforehand. And then that way
He said he wouldn't know because I'm a champion, but I've been told.
it can happen, you know?
Oh, it's a real thing, folks. And that's a very good point. Both ways. Women can get that shit too, sons. They can get it too.
Look,
I don't know if it's the same verbiage.
I said it one time.
I know. It's real. It's everybody.
Fucking whiskey.
Yeah. Women can get that shit too, buddy.
It just makes everything take longer.
It does. So I'm all for, I think it's a great move. Like if you're,
yes,
a couple that is partaking in sexual activities.
Because if you just don't, then it's like, there's too much like on your mind the whole date. And I can see where people are like, but then it's like build up, whatever. But I think you're more likely to have it again if you do it before.
Let me tell you as a man, son, it doesn't matter. But if you go out with your wife.
You can do it before, during, and after. Who cares?
And if she's looking good, you got the baby batter on the brain, you're going to wrap shit quicker. Like you're not going to enjoy.
Exactly.
The outing as much because you're looking forward to the ending.
Because you're just trying to get home. And then she's going to get aggravated because you're trying to end the being out having fun part.
Yep.
And then you might not get it anyways if you piss her off because you're trying to wrap shit up to get home and to get. And then,
if you trash the date and she has no fun, and then you get home and you're like, "Hey, baby," she's like, "No, you're
gonna be like, fuck off." Yeah,
you didn't even let me order dessert or anything,
or like play another game of pool or whatever. Like I was trying to have fun with you tonight, and you just kept trying to get home. So do it before, and then there's not as much pressure. And then when you get home, it's going to happen anyways. Make sure you have fun and pay attention to your lady when you're out. Absolutely.
We've all seen Something About Mary, and you know what Ben Stiller learns to clean the pipes beforehand. To me, also, it's the same sort of sentiment. But I think pre-date fucking is pretty much a requirement. I think it's a good call. So we agree. Nothing wrong with knocking it on out.
But what's a date? I don't know. We haven't been on one of those in a while. What's that?
Yeah, it's been a while. We don't have the built-in babysitters and.
Hey, Deanna offered.
No, I know. I'm talking about, but in general, we do not have that. So we're not like some couple.
We can make it happen, but it's usually like a once a year thing with like when we want to go out and have Gunnar like spend the night at Susan's.
Yep.
But if we want to go out and just like have dinner and stuff, we have gotten an offer.
When that does happen, it's going to be pre and post date for us, though, sons. I'm going to be honest. That's not bragging. That's just giving you. I want to be honest and give you the
because normally
facts.
It's happened during the day anyway.
Yes,
sometimes.
That's going to be the real thing. All right, this is the very last question. I'm going to let you go first.
I thought that was the last one.
No, this is the last one. All right. What are 5 things you think, since you have a young man that is from your womb and from my satchel, what are 5 things you want him to master by the time he's 18? Important life trinkets that a young man should know before he's 18. I want a list of 5.
Balance a checkbook.
Checkbook.
Change a tire.
Change tire. I like that. It's 2.
Fuck. I'm trying to think of like life things that he needs. Like cook a decent meal. Is that too vague?
No, that is fair.
Okay. Okay, I'm cheating now. I saw Colin's how to do gun shit.
Oh, he totally saved your life.
Yeah. Because I don't know how to do gun shit. Like, I want him to learn gun safety, how to use it and not kill himself while trying to use it.
Yes.
Or accidentally kill somebody else is what, like.
Yes. And here soon, this is a great segue. We will be having Colin in studio to do a episode about gun safety and training.
We need another microphone.
He is our resident gun enthusiast specialist.
Yeah.
And you'll be hearing more about that to come. He lives here in the neighborhood. That'll be a great segue into that episode.
Yeah. Okay. So 5th one, how to properly build a fire.
Build a fire. All right. Now we're going to compare to mine.
I'm trying to think of like safety things that like he can keep a, you know, I don't know, that he could, the balance checkbook thing that was big for me because finances are big for me.
All right, so here's mine in order. Number one, be able to change a tire and probably your brake pads. That's number one for me. That you should know by the time you're 18. Number two, have an involvement with at least one charity that involves giving of your time.
That's a good one.
At least one.
Yeah.
Meals on Wheels, something that you do.
Well, we force them to do those things.
Yes. Understand how to clean and operate a firearm safely. That's one that we shared that you stole from Colin.
Cade, no, Randy cannot balance a checkbook.
Not well.
No.
Not
he
well
doesn't
at
pay
all.
any bills.
No. I was fired from the bills.
He was cut off from that. That's me. That's all me.
Number 4, be a decent pool player. I've said this from the jump. Young people are not learning to play pool anymore. You see them go to these pool halls. They're holding a stick like a dumbass. They can't break for shit.
Yeah.
It's disappointing. Sons, learn to play at least a decent game of pool.
So you don't look like a bitch.
And if you can't break, I got to fight you. If you're
break.
a grown man and you can't break in pool,
I wish I could do better. We had a pool table at our old house.
Yeah. Why is it becoming a thing that they can't even try to shoot pool anymore? Even when we were going to pool halls a lot, you'd see the younger folks come in. They're holding the fucking cue all weird. They're not comfortable. Sons, watch the Tom Cruise movie. With
Color of Money?
Color of Money. Yes, with the old guy.
Paul Newman.
With
the salad dressing guy.
Dude, watch that movie, sons. Learn to play a decent... You don't have to be the best. I'm not talking about making the fucking all the English and bullshit and jumping balls. But be able to play... Decent basic pool.
Yeah. Like hit the ball.
Sakes.
Okay, go.
Fired up after
What's your last ones? And then Stephen Jones put a good one in the comments too.
Okay.
Do yours and then look.
My last one is know how to prepare a signature dinner dish.
Hey.
We shared that one.
I said that one without even cheating. What are you... Oh, my fucking
Spitting out the
God.
dip right there, sons.
So goddamn gross.
Large cherry dippy poo.
Okay, keep going.
Now, about the signature dish. This can totally destroy your fuckability, sons. I'm trying to help you. You can make up for a lot of delinquencies in other areas or deficiencies. Delinquency is not the right word. Deficiencies is much better.
Yeah.
If you can then prepare a fire-ass, beautiful-looking signature dish. Just one. Have one.
Clean up.
I mean, that's extra bonus. She should
bonus
clean
points.
if you cook.
Bonus fucking points. Hey.
The cook doesn't clean. Everyone knows that.
Fuck you.
You split it.
Fuck you. When I cook, I clean.
That's only because you won't let me clean.
No, because you
will do it again.
Because you don't do it right.
I will pour you another shot of the Alabama butt plug. You do not. I might as well. It doesn't matter.
You don't even try.
Let me tell you, folks. This is real life here. This is when you're a wonderful married couple. This is what happens. I will do. I'm telling you, sons, I'm a champion. I clean the house from top to bottom. It doesn't matter. She's still going to double check, which is what I love about her. She's going to double check it. She's not. That's a difference between guys and girls, where if the guy normally cleans and you clean, we'd be like, oh, shit, cool, that's done. You're going to be like, hang on. Let me double check.
Hey.
Before you can rest, you will double check it. I've watched you do it. So there's no point in arguing.
What I'm going to say is...
Yes, I'm interested. Go.
Same would happen if all of a sudden you came home and I was like, honey, I mowed the lawn.
Yes, totally fair and completely valid.
You'd be like, what's wrong with the lawnmower? Did you break it?
No, you're 100%.
Yes.
I would first look for injuries on you. First, I would look for where you're bleeding to believe you. Is where you're bleeding from. That's the main reason why you're not allowed to operate or own heavy machinery or sharp objects in our home. Because you are the one that is very prone to getting stabbed or projectiles hitting you.
No, Gunnar was wanting me to help him. Like, He said y'all were making knives with the wood thing.
Yes,
early today.
No, God, no. The belt sander, never.
Yeah, today he was picking up something in the garage and he was like, "Go get my knife that Daddy was having." And I was like, "What do you mean?" I thought he had like a piece of sandpaper, but he was like, "No, we need something sharp to make it." And I was like, "No, Mommy's not qualified for this.
No,
we're not doing this.
Good.
Put it down. I'll throw the football with you, son."
That could have been a disaster. Yeah, no, he knows. We were using belt sanders and saws and all that.
No,
no. Belt sander, you would sand your whole arm off. Or you'd put a finger in that bitch and it would be gone.
Or it was not, I wouldn't even know where it is or where to put it, how to use it. Nope, not happening.
No, some of you don't know. She's not even allowed to come outdoors when I'm cutting the grass because I've been cutting the grass and been half an acre away from her. She walked out the door to wave and be like, "Hey, honey," and I've smoked her with a rock.
Yeah, I'm not
from half an acre away.
I'm not even approved to use bungee cords.
No, she is not allowed to use bungee cords. She nearly lost an eye.
I almost lost it. Thank goodness for my glasses. But yeah, so don't hate on me for double checking the cleaning because
I'm not hating on. I'm just telling you how I just want them to have a full disclosure.
Okay, but I'm just saying, yes, I would love for our sons to learn how to cook a quality meal. Just extra, double, quadruple bonus points if you clean up properly and load the dishwasher properly.
There's a difference.
Loading the dishwasher properly. That's what I should put on my list.
Well, this is another part of that is, well, that's never going to happen because it's never going to be just like you do it. But don't be a filthy bastard is a great point. You hear Uncle Randy, keep your car clean. Same with your bedrooms. Have some pride of ownership. Keep your stuff clean. Basic fundamentals. Wouldn't hurt to know how to clean up
bathroom
after you cook.
Bathroom. Piss in the toilet.
That's going to happen. Well, that's never going to happen. And we are going to do. I looked up an experiment.
How is that not on my list, babe?
I don't know.
Pissing into the toilet and
because that's a losing battle.
No, or when you don't make it in the toilet, clean up.
That's hard.
Clean it up.
I've Googled this. I've handled it. We've had so many discussions about it. I looked up, I'm going to show you. I Googled it. There's an experiment that a man did with his wife where she griped about him peeing on the floor. You know what he did? He put a bucket in front of her. He got his hose pipe out. He made her hold it between her legs and hold it in the front. Like it came, from behind her and she's holding it.
Sure.
He cuts it on and adjusts the stream and she has a bucket in front of her that she has to stay hitting while holding the hose.
I get it.
I want you to Google it, though, and watch the results.
That's fine.
It's spot on.
Hey, I get it. But you know what she probably did afterwards? Took some toilet paper and cleaned up where it spilled outside. Hey, how about that?
Look at Colin's answer. That's the best way to do it.
I've
been known to do that.
I'm in a house of boys, and it's the bane of my existence. I scrub our toilet, me and Randall's private personal toilet that nobody else goes to the restroom in.
With a bidet on it, son.
Has a bidet. I probably clean that toilet twice a day because of my dear husband that can't piss into it or clean up after it.
Here's the funny thing. This is the difference between men and women, sons. And we're having this out. This is real life, sons. This is how marriage is.
Properly as a matter of perspective and mental stability.
Now, when men piss, all right, you get, we don't own much TP, Alan. We use very much. Most of it gets used when Brooke is scrubbing the floor because our bidet saves so much toilet paper.
And I use toilet paper, so.
I use it very minimally. I'm actually been running into a conundrum lately where I'm not dabbing enough. And because I'm spending so much time pressure washing the bunghole,
your underwear is soaking wet.
Yeah, I've got to do better. So I need to use a little bit more toilet paper,
or stop the bidet and let it air dry a little bit before.
But usually, as soon as I stop it, I'm getting up, and so I got to hone that in. That's fine. But when it comes to the pee on the floor, this is what's happened, son. I've been with this lady a long time, known her a long time, son, long time. The pee thing, all of a sudden became 5 years ago. Probably when Gunnar was conceived.
It came to a head.
It was like part of the nesting, and it never went away. Like
No.
it was never an issue, and then boom.
Because I all of a sudden noticed it, and it's something that you can't unnotice.
It's become one of your OCD things, and I get it. It's understandable. I'm just telling the facts. It's one of her honed in things, sons. I mean, she can find a droplet. It's like it's got that shit that they put on the ground for blood and murder scenes.
The blue.
That shit they'll put on the floor, and if it lights up.
The ultraviolet light, yes.
Yeah.
Just like my cup says.
She has one of those shits.
Blood stains are red. Ultraviolet lights are blue.
She will go into the pisser. Like, I'll see her sprinting to it after I piss, and I know.
Well, no, it's when I go to the bathroom after you and I'm like, motherfucker.
I know. I'm already like preparing as you walk toward it.
You don't give a shit. You don't say a damn thing. You don't care.
I've even wiped up and then you come out and you're like, motherfuck, it's everywhere. I'm like, see, that's the thing. Now, there are times, I'm going to be honest here.
Because I turn the light on and I can see it.
Listen, I'm able to admit my shortcomings, sons.
Luminol,
There's been a time or two. Luminol is the answer. That's correct. Where I have been peeing in the dark, and there's still no excuse because Brooke even put a aiming light in our toilet. There's a night light
in the toilet.
But when you're sleepy eyed, or in your Ambien
or when
zone,
you got your phone in there.
Well, no, that's totally unacceptable. I'm talking about late at night. Like if I go in, there have been times, and I may be dreaming this, but I doubt it. Where I'll be taking a monster pee, and I'll be hearing it. I know it's hitting the water. I'll lose hearing it for a second, and then I'll get it back, and I'm like, "Oh shit, where did that just go?" And there's no telling. There's no time. I can't then wake from my slumber. Then I get it the next day.
It's just making my blood boil.
There have been I know. I've timed it down to where there's been days where you've, say that's a Thursday night, because I know you clean the toilets on Fridays. That's your ritual.
I clean the bathrooms on Fridays.
Yes.
I clean our toilet twice a day, probably.
But Fridays is your deep clean.
Yes.
Like a Thursday night where I'll pee, I'll lose the stream for a minute, wonder where it went, and be like, oh shit. I'm going to hear about this tomorrow. And there's been a couple of times. Listen, Uncle Randy has flaws, sons. This is one of them. I'm willing to come clean here.
It's the only one that gets
where you're like,
about.
How did you pee on the trash can? Why is there pee behind the trash can? I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, that's where I lost it. Because usually I can tell from the noise. I'll be like, that's the wall. That's the back of the toilet, like the bowl portion.
Which the bidet is a blessing and a curse, because that shit traps so much fucking pee. This is the grossest conversation we're ever having. Yes. But there's so much that collects behind, over, under it. There's a lot of crevices I got to get up in. The walls, we're going to have to paint the goddamn walls in there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's
true. There's some. What's funny though?
I know every woman that lives in a house full of boys.
But let me tell you that this is
feeling my pain.
This is what's great though, and it's not great. I'm not making light of my wife's pain.
Because
this
when
is a real issue for her.
Do you not think it smells like a porta-john when you go in there?
Let me get this up before I lose it. Before I lose this wonderful thought. If you go in our bathroom and you look on the walls, you'll see where I hold my hands.
Yes.
If I'm leaning and doing the lean. Guys know when they got to do the lean. If you got a monster rager, something's going on, you got to bust the gangster lean. Listen, that's just something.
How about you use your hand on your thing?
Hey. I'm just telling you what's natural. Just
Why
hang
do you
on.
just...
Hang on.
Why are you like this?
But so you see where my handprints have affected the paint.
Yes, it's oily on the walls.
But you look about 3 feet down and you'll see where Gunner's little hands have been when he's been in there a number of times. And it's because he's the only other guy that uses our bathroom in our room. And you'll see it. And I don't want to say I'm proud, but I'm proud.
No, downstairs in the half bath too the other day about...
Oh, he pisses on that floor. I've even gotten to where I'm like, this is unacceptable. I've went in after him, and I do it. So I do feel your pain, but not really. But I
because
do.
that's when he takes like his phone or his iPad, like something in the bathroom, and he's not paying attention. He's done pissed just straight up on the wall on the floor in the bathroom downstairs. Most of the time, because he's lazy fuck, he'll just sit down, which I appreciate.
Yeah, I can't be an advocate of the male sitting to pee thing.
No, but because sometimes he'll just go in there and sit down and be like, "Oh, I thought I had to, but I just."
Oh no, that is understandable.
Yeah.
That doesn't count. I'm talking about if you know, I got to really pee, I'm going to go sit.
At first thing in the morning, I think he just sits to pee because he's so tired sleeping.
Well, that's where you get what happens to Steve Carell in the beginning of 40-Year-Old Virgin when he pisses all over his own face. Remember? Yeah. That's the first thing in the morning. He wakes
when he has
up.
a boner.
Yeah.
Oh,
sits
God.
down with the
I'm not thinking about
morning wood.
children like
That happens.
Oy.
It's a guy
Oy.
thing.
Oy. I know.
All right, so my last thing, so we didn't talk on, you had your 5B answer, which was what?
Not pissing
Not
the
pissing on the
whole
floor.
conversation we just had.
Not pissing on the floor. Mine was learn to drive a stick.
Oh, that is a good one. Damn
That
it.
should go for every kid.
Yeah.
Nobody's teaching their kids to drive a stick anymore.
No, I
They
know.
are a dying thing. I took my car, my Camaro, to get the oil changed the time before last. Nobody could pull it
that
onto the
needs
fucking
to be
lift.
on there. Yeah. And we have a stick shift car that, we need to. Griffin hasn't been here for long enough to where like we've had time to go take him.
But I've already thought about it over when he's here.
When he's here for
a week
Christmas.
It's a good time and we're already talked about it. You're going to teach him, not me.
Right.
You're a much better teacher.
But
than
I also work a lot more hours in the
Absolutely.
day, so that's what's been
But
tough.
Christmas time will be good for you to be
Yeah.
able to do that because you definitely have the more compassionate teaching
Sure.
demeanor than Uncle Randy.
More patience in that somehow.
Because I don't even know how to explain driving a stick shift.
I know
I've
how to
tried to
explain
figure it
it.
out. I don't know how to even explain it.
I know how to.
Why can't you just do it?
No, that's your teaching method for everything. That was how you taught. You tried when after Jamie had done a better job of teaching me to snowboard. You'd be at the bottom of the hill going, "Just do it. Just come down here."
Oh yeah. Well, that's why you
Just go.
are a fundamentally better snowboarder. Than
No explanation of actually how to do it, but just do it. Just go.
No, and that's. I mean, you have a much better fundamental base. Jamie was a great coach for that. Absolutely.
Right. No, I remember my dad teaching me how to drive a stick with the trying to explain moving your foot on the gas and off the clutch at the same time. And then how he taught me, which you had never heard, the shifting gears every 10 or so miles an hour.
Or RPMs, I think you were saying.
You
or
said
miles per
RPMs.
hour.
I said miles per hour.
Yeah, and I don't even go off RPMs. It's a feel to me, a sound.
Right. But that's RPMs. Is
I
the
know,
sound,
but I don't look at the gauge.
No, I don't either. But the miles per hour thing helps when you have to downshift for some reason.
It makes sense. I'm not
if you're
knocking.
if you're slowing down to turn or on the interstate, having to slow down and go around those roundabouts. That's where the miles per hour thing for me just helps stick in my head. Okay, if I slow down to 30 miles an hour, I'm going to go in fourth gear.
So what's the method to the barefoot thing, Colin? Is it just better feel? Colin's saying teach him to drive barefoot.
I don't know about that. That didn't happen for me. But
No, I mean, I'm just wondering if he's saying that to get the feel.
to feel
first.
it more. He wears
that's
Birkenstocks most of the time. So
Well, and Colin wears Crocs.
Crocs.
So
Similar.
there could be something to that.
yeah. So maybe similar.
Yeah, but we will, I mean, it's definitely going to happen. We are going to have him.
Yeah.
He wants to learn to drive it. He thinks it'll be easy. You can feel the vibrations from the motor and the transmission. Makes total sense. All right, let's
we'll
wrap
do it.
this one up. We went
All right,
a
baby.
little long tonight.
And I love you. I don't mean to hate on you about pissing on the floor.
No, it's over. We are calling this show quits, folks.
But do it again and I'll kill you.
This will be the last Married AF episode ever. No, absolutely not. If you think I don't know how much that is your pet peeve, then you're just dumb. Don't push with the leg, use the foot.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, that is true. I'm just thinking, all these are good points. I just would never know to say them.
No, I'm just what is all
It's
this?
why don't you get this?
Teaching.
You do the thing with the thing, and then you go.
But you're a good coach in baseball and stuff. That's what I don't get.
Know. It's very weird.
But then certain things you are terrible at. teaching and
patience.
coaching.
No patience. And I've never tried to teach, so I just know I will not be
You're a
at
good
that.
baseball coach, but no other teacher.
No,
coach.
definitely couldn't be an educator, like a teacher.
God, no, me
Got
neither,
nothing
but-
love for them.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's roll. We will talk to you fuckfaces later. And remember, give yourself a tug every once in a while, sons.
And remember to pre and post date.
Pre-date fucking is a win for everybody. Hell, Uncle Randy loves you. See you.